Welcome to Washington in Focus. I'm Brett Davis. Joining me today is the Center Square's Western Washington reporter, Spencer Pauly. You recently authored a story headlined, Bellevue Considers Transportation Tax District Amid Increased Traffic Injuries. I understand Bellevue has had some street and signage maintenance, budget cuts, and a high rate of traffic injuries and deaths. And hopefully this, Transportation Benefit Districts would hopefully help improve safety. Can you tell us what that's all about? How much money will be spent?
So basically, Bellevue city officials are looking for ways to fund transportation infrastructure projects. This comes amidst increased traffic injuries within the city. For context, last year, within Bellevue city limits, there were 29 injuries and 2 deaths related to traffic. That's 4 more injuries than last year and 1 more death. Comparatively, it's very minimal to when you look at Seattle. Whereas in Seattle, there were an average of 28 deaths and 180 serious injuries related to traffic. However, Bellevue's Vision for Zero project, which aims to have 0 traffic deaths by 2030, this project started in 2015, and you're seeing an increase in injuries and deaths.
Not the direction they want to go.
No, and likewise in Seattle, however, it seems like both municipalities are looking to fund more. So what this tax benefit district would do is would restore maintenance to streets, the budget to $2 million next year. And you would see about $1 million more for infrastructure improvements. Now, ways for them to do that is through potential taxes like vehicle fees. If they do implement vehicle fees, you would see a $20 per vehicle fee starting next year. And by the 4th year, it would rise to $50 per vehicle. Now, this would raise about $5 million a year for the city, and this would go only to transportation projects. Another way they could do that is through implementing a 0.1% sales tax. Now, if they did that, that would raise $10 million per year. However, if you do that, the city's total sales tax percentage would be 10.2%. So think about a $100 purchase in Bellevue, which is to be expected within that city. That would be a $10.20 charge on top of that.
Now, I understand there's also another option would be imposing a construction fee on commercial buildings or on land development. Can you tell us about that?
So that could be a potential one there. They didn't go into much detail on that. They were looking more at the sales tax and vehicle fees, but you could see construction fees on top of that. However, one thing to note is that property taxes would probably not be included in this. The history of tax rates or tax districts, including property taxes, is very rare, and it doesn't happen much.
So what's the timeline on this? Where are they at in this process of perhaps adopting these measures?
So they really started this, they launched the search into seeing if this is a feasible option this week. You may see a public hearing July 10th, and the tax benefit district would have a ordinance formed on July 17th. Now, the district would be voted and adopted sometime later this fall if all city council officials agree on it. And then it would go into effect in 2024.
Well, I would think if they end up voting this in and spending all this money and traffic injuries and deaths continue to go up, that might present something of a political problem for them. Are they confident this will actually get the job done? Do you know anything about that? Have they said anything about what they think will happen?
They think that more funding would definitely help help with that for sure. Some projects they're looking at right now include implementing 20-mile-per-hour speed limits on all Bellevue city streets. They'll pursue more grant funding to help with this as well. And then one thing I noted was a collaboration with T-Mobile to create technology that would generate real-time safety information between vehicles, pedestrians, and the city. This is all just to keep citizens updated on traffic. And I guess one thing I want to do is keep pedestrians and drivers alert. I think that's one aspect for them to lower down traffic injuries.
Modern technology.
You could say that again.
Well, we look forward to keeping you updated on this. Hopefully it all pans out and the streets become safer in Bellevue. Listeners can keep up with this story and more at thecentersquare.com. For Spencer Pauly, this is Brett Davis. Please subscribe and thanks for listening.